I miss him so bad. It's like it's the hardest thing I ever went through, losing him. He was a very, very special person.
You just heard from the father of Hassan Cummings, the 38-year-old special needs man who was shot and killed at his North Toledo home in late July. Toledo police say 19-year-old Darius Horton shot Cummings in the stomach before running off. But Hassan's family says it's more complicated. Michael Sandlin joins us in studio with more. Michael, can you explain what his family is talking about?
Kaylee, after speaking to Hassan's father and his longtime caregiver, the story they share is heartbreakingly tragic and different from what police say happened. The family says Horton was the caregiver's son, and he brought a gun into the home, which they say Hassan found and then accidentally shot himself. Now it's left people all touched by Hassan's life, his father, his sister, and a former caregiver grasping for answers and justice. This was Hassan Cummings. He was 38 years old, and his father, Danny Riley, says every single one of those years was a gift.
Well, Hassan was a little Superman. When he was born, he had a hole in his head where you could like see through his head. He had a tumor on his brain that was the size of his brain. Mercy Hospital back in the day gave him a 0% chance to live.
But Hassan proved all the experts wrong. And despite his challenges, Riley intended to provide the best life for him possible.
If you do have a child with birth defects, that just means you gotta love him more.
When Riley's wife passed away in 1996, Riley started bringing in social workers to help at home. The first was Mike Roby, who worked with Hassan for 12 years until Roby survived a car accident. The other, Stacy Thomas, worked with Hassan until his death. Riley says from the beginning, Thomas's son, Darius Horton, was close with Hassan.
He would reach down on a level with Hassan, and he was, they got along good.
Which is why the events of July 30th are especially haunting to Riley, because everyone involved was like family. Riley says with his leg out of commission because of surgery, Horton was supposed to watch Hassan while Thomas stepped out. And before he knew it, everything was spiraling out of control.
Well, I was in my bedroom, and I heard a bang. And then I was on the phone, so I was getting up, and he came and said, he told me Hassan had shot himself. But I was not in here to see what happened, which he would not have been in here had I known that he had a gun.
And just like that, the 38 years of life, a miracle in of itself, was over.
I'm waking up into a nightmare every day. I'm still raw. It's like a terrible wound is open right now.
Meanwhile, Horton left the scene, and a warrant is currently out for his arrest. The current charge is aggravated assault. And Horton's mother, still working inside Riley's home, says she hasn't seen him since.
Justice looks like, for me, finding Darius and actually holding him accountable.
That's Danielle Cummings, Hassan's sister, joined by Mike Roby, Hassan's former caregiver. The two say, accident or not, Horton must pay for the crime, because he knew Hassan wasn't even allowed to play with toy guns, nevertheless the real thing.
So for someone to actually bring a live gun around Hassan is, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it.
Meanwhile, Riley is lost in his grief. He says he hasn't touched any of Hassan's things since his passing.
That was Hassan's chair. No. Maybe I can throw it away.
And just like Roby and Danielle, the loss, not from a heart attack or any of Hassan's various health conditions, but from a bullet, is too much to bear. Thomas tells me Horton has plans to turn himself in and is coordinating with the U.S. Marshal's Office to find the right time to do so. We'll keep you updated if that actually does happen. Meanwhile, Riley says he hopes there can be a law written, potentially called Hassan's Law, which would make anyone who accidentally kills someone with special needs by exposing them to a gun, like Horton did, he wants them to be immediately charged with homicide. In studio, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.